After a couple had a baby, they had to surrender Lily here back at the shelter where she was adopted from as a pup because their baby was allergic to dogs. Now, as if she is still the same little puppy, Lily here screams and howls all day long. Watch as this poor guy watches and waits at the door as his owner leaves forever right in front of his eyes as he is left at the shelter. He is probably thinking that his owner might turn around and come back for him, but he doesn't. These two brothers, Rex and Slinky, have spent 135 days in the shelter, and surprisingly, they are not even a year old. This means that half of their lives have already been spent behind these cages, but at least they have each other. Here we have another dog that has just been surrendered, and as you can see, he is trembling out of his fur because he doesn't know what this new life holds for him as strangers try to calm him and his buddy down, knowing it might take some time. This beautiful dog named Summit was just surrendered a few moments ago as his owners left him at the shelter, and as you can see, he is refusing to move from this door in hopes that they might come back for him. Luckily, a new family found him through the internet and has taken him to his new home. Even the small ones are not spared a chance at the shelter. This little pup is sitting in the corner shaking to his core as to where has everyone gone and where am I? Charlie here is a very speedy and energetic dog who loves nothing more than just playing with someone. Due to the health of his owner, which was deteriorating, he had to be surrendered, but he still packs quite a punch. Believe it or not, this little ball of fluff is actually 21 years old, which makes her a senior dog, but after 10 years with her previous owners, she was given back to the same shelter they got her from. Let us give her the peace she needs at this age and adopt her. This is the face of a dog who had spent his entire life up till now with a caring and loving family and never knew what it was like to be left alone, and clearly, this new life is too much for him to handle. If you think animals can't show emotions, then you might want to take a look at this heartbroken dog after it was surrendered by its owners who could not take care of him any further. Consider adoption if this moved your heart. The poor thing can't even raise its head up high because of the confusion it has going on. Sure, small puppies are the most attractive thing on an adoption day, but let us not forget the ones who have been here forever and actually have the conscience to understand what is happening around them. When the owner of these two dogs passed away, they were given at the shelter by the family because nobody wanted responsibility for them, and just imagine the grief and trauma they must be going through with so much happening at once. Everyone, welcome Ruth, who is a part of a 17-dog group that was handed over at the shelter because they were more than a handful for the owner, especially when they went after his neighbor's pigs. As you can see, she is a calm and young dog who is still learning how to do life. Shedding tears for these dogs is probably what you do when you find out that they have been left behind right when they hit the ripe old age of being called a senior. He is so small and fragile now, and he is now spending the rest of his life behind these cages, now when he needs the most care. This lady shows us the things small puppies go through at these shelters. She walks us around 17 of these small little furballs and tells us what is required from them to be adopted. So small and young, they have a lot of life left to live in front of them, but hopefully not here. These dogs also become victims of divorce when a couple breaks up. The owner could not take care of them all by herself, and Chanel here is just one of 4 dogs that happens to be here. Their love might have ended, but these dogs still have a lot to give back. Sometimes, when dogs don't get to recover like they normally do, they have to be isolated from the rest and have to be given special care and attention, like in this case here. Snowden can't help but cuddle, and that is probably all he wants from anyone. This dog waits and watches through the glass doors to see who would come and pick him up. But people come and go, and excitement turns to sadness and back to excitement as soon as anyone walks past. That is so much to take in, even if it were a person, but imagine this happening to an animal who can't even speak their mind. Some dogs are just too far gone into the hopelessness that when this guy was adopted, the new owner had to sit inside the kennel with him to start to get him on his paws again. The entire time the poor dog had his tail tucked between his legs because he was just not ready for the massive, but good change coming his way.
Anywhere you go, give it all. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
On the other hand, we have some dogs that are just too happy to not deny the chance to show it, especially when they are getting adopted. Noah here is completely broken. His face is planted on the floor because of the helplessness he feels after staying at this shelter for far too long, slowly losing all hope. He barely reacts to anything even when he is called, and it might be high time to find him a new home where he can be himself again. So, which dog was your favorite? Let us know in the comments, and while you're down there, remember to like and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on, and I'll see you in the next video.